Hi everybody, I just wanted to take this opportunity to reach out, as I've been trying to do with my blog on my website, not so much to mitigate these circumstances and to help us to cope necessarily, but more so to just let these times, this time during the pandemic, to serve as a reminder that we are all connected, and more importantly that we are all connected to Source, and that we can use this time to elevate our consciousness. And believe it or not, that does help out in the physical realm as well. Ultimately, we're only concerned with making sure that you feel connected to Source, that you feel connected to the oneness. And from time to time, I may post a video where I speak from the oneness. You'll notice I start out as myself, as Jill, and gradually I slip into speaking from what I know as the oneness, as that original consciousness where that source emanates from. So when I sit down to do a practice such as speaking on behalf of someone else, I ask my higher self, how may I be of service? And almost immediately I begin to speak from my higher self. So I may seem as if I'm speaking from the consciousness of Jill, but really I'm allowing myself to bring through my higher self, or the voice of the oneness, the original consciousness that started us all, if you will. And so why I do that is because I know that it supersedes my consciousness as Jill. It allows me a peace that I can't express through my lower physical or human self, what I would term as my lower self. And so I try to meet my original self, where I, myself, and others are all one with Source, somewhere in the middle, what I would call the middle consciousness. And then I reach out to you like I am now. As those of you know who have joined my meditation circles, I usually give a little bit of talk, such as I am now, often with my eyes closed. It just allows me a little bit of a higher vibration, if you will. And then a gentle meditation will follow, and then I'm open to answering questions. And I encourage you to do the same. Anything that I do, post on my website, or have displayed from my lower to higher self, is simply an example of what happens when you reach for that oneness, that highest self that there is, and you allow its expression through your own form of your lower self. And I just want everyone to know that even during these times, everyone can become that higher self, even when it feels like things are impossible, even when it feels like things could turn on a dime, as they have and as they will. We never lose that connection to the oneness. It's impossible. And though it doesn't offer much comfort in the way that it doesn't ever actually affect change in the physical, it does realign you with your higher self, and then your own thoughts from that highest place of consciousness will help you to realign in your physical self as well. And that's all that's important, especially during these times. But at any time, this lower world, whether it's a crisis such as this or not, only serves as a reminder, an indicator, if you will, that we need to reconnect with that original sense of self. And the only way to do that is to want this, to choose it. And then you can allow it to come out through a vibration such as Jill is doing in this time, through her vocal cords, through her voice, through her lower consciousness, where the pair meets, the higher and lower self we consider to be a middle consciousness. And we allow her voice to come through so that you can have it in your mind that you can reach your higher self as well. At no point coming from Jill will we offer advice where it is critical when it comes to perhaps your medical alignment. That's something for you to take care of from the physical. We will offer advice or help on how to come to your consciousness so that you can find that alignment within yourself, either before, after, or during, when you seek attention that is, say, medical or psychological, because these times cause a lot of mental duress as well. So we just want to take this time to remind you that you are the oneness, you are the highest self, you are the greatest and only consciousness there is, and it is within each and every individual human vehicle to realign themselves with this and to just feel its presence in your lower self or your human vehicle somewhat, somehow, and to always keep in mind for it to be of service. When you want to be the oneness or your higher self for someone else, you emanate exactly as if you were Source itself. That's how Source participates in this world. It simply knows itself as whole and emanates or radiates itself throughout the entire consciousness, which also includes the lower self. So be well, stay safe, and just remember your higher self as best you can. And in time, you will start to feel grounded in your higher self or the oneness as well. And then you will participate as if you can be of service from this. And then no matter what happens in your outer experience during this time of crisis, again, you will always feel grounded in something higher, something more peaceful, if you will. And then we just allow this lower world to play itself out where it's physical. And so it is. Amen.